What's up, everybody? This is Chris with Gyroid 3D, and today I'm going to show some figure stands created by Landspeeder Luke that I actually customized. I put different figure logos on to make them a little bit more custom and make them fit in with your collection better. So I'm going to show that right now, and I'm going to kind of give you a rundown how I created them and how you can do it yourself. So here we go. So here are some figures from my own personal collection. As you can see, we have a variety here. We have the Mandalorian, Din Djarin, and he has the Longhorn stand. So again, these stands are Landspeeder Luke. They were just blank black stands, and I like to customize everything I do. So I got an image of each of these logos on Google, and I'm going to show you how you can import these logos into a software and basically add them to anything. So, we got the Longhorn, we have the Boba Fett crest here. This is my newest one. Now, this one you can kind of see the black through it. Came out a little thin. You can always make the layers higher so that it won't be see-through. But this is new. This is also a new figure from Hasbro. Brand new figure. It's updated from the last one, and it looks awesome on this custom stand. I mean, the stands are already awesome, and I just like to customize things even further. So you've already seen the Andor stand on the last video I did, but here's the actual Andor figure. So it just adds a little more customization. One of my favorite. I love stormtroopers. They're awesome. And here's the Imperial logo. So I'm going to show you guys how I did this and how you can do it too if you want to customize your stands. Now there's different types. So there's the type with the foot peg or the foot holder. And then, well, they didn't offer a version without that holder. So I removed it and I just did a plate so that I can put my droids on these. And he also has stands for all these hex stands. So they're like platforms that you can stack these, on different levels. And I'm not going to show that today. But if you check out Landspeeder Luke, you're going to see everything he has to offer. This is a flight stand. I believe this is one that he also offers. It works great for Mandalorian. This is a custom Mando. By the way, you can kind of see from the paint job. Like, I'm kind of done with customs because the paint just never looks, like store bought and looks pretty glossy. I did try some matte clear coat, but I actually 3D printed this because this particular Mando has stormtrooper armor, and anyways, this is the Mandalorian logo on the bottom, and he offers the different types of stands. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into how I did these, so you guys can do it too. All right, guys. So the first step, we're gonna open up 3D Builder. Again, this is a Windows-based software you can download free online, and you're gonna go to Open right here, and down here, Load Object. But we have an image, so for now we're gonna go to Load Image. And this is going to be a JPEG file that you saved on a flash drive. So right here, I'm going to go to my USB drive, And just to show an example, I'm going to look for a JPEG. Here's Jedi Order logo. So this is a JPEG image, and when you import it into 3D Builder, it's going to automatically turn it into a three-dimensional object. And you can see where I cropped the image, but it's giving me the outside of the image, and I want what's inside. So if it comes up like this, you're going to go here to inverse, click on that, and it's going to give you the image that we're looking for. So with this, when you, okay, first you have to go up here to import image. Boom, now it's imported. And then there's different options down here. So this first one here is going to allow you to drag left and right, up and down. The second one is going to be a rotate. So if it's not the right rotation, you can turn it 90 degrees, 180, whatever. And if you need it to be upright, you can turn it up on its side like that. Make sure it's at exactly 90. Sometimes it doesn't want to snap. You kind of have to move it around. There, now it's snapped at 90 degrees. And then you can go back to this tool and move it up. This last one here will make it more narrow. If you want to scale it up, grab from the corners. So what we're going to do here now, we're going to minimize this. We're going to open up another project. So the same 3D Builder, but just a new project. And I have some stands already made. So then we go to load object instead of image. And I have some stuff saved under documents. It will be called Star Wars stands. See if I can find it. Star Wars stands. So these are already pre-made. These are the ones that you saw in the background here that I made previously. So we could just grab the stand of one of them because they're all individual objects, as you can see here. We'll grab one stand, we'll go up to object and copy. Then we'll minimize this and we'll go open up that initial project, and we'll go to object and paste. Now this is the stand that we want to use, and we want this image to fit within it. So we'll make sure we only have the one image chosen, not both, just this image, and from the corner we'll shrink it in. And with this first setting here, we'll drag it, we'll center it, and we'll go ahead and enlarge it to the size we want. We'll change the color here, color, paint and color, and we're going to choose white for now, just so we can see it. Okay, so this is the front end of the stand. So we're going to rotate this 90 degrees. It's sitting too high, so we're going to shrink it down. And then now we're going to blow it up. So grab from the corner and blow it up to whatever size you want. Typically I'll grab one of the other stands here. And so, like, for instance, this is already a circle. We'll get that image and we'll make it identical. So all these are basically identical in size because I always grab the new image and line it up on top of one of these, so I keep that same exact size. So we would do that and just make sure that this logo matches the same size as the others. You can see it's sitting a little high still, so we want it to sit above by like maybe 3 layers. I mean, you can't really measure that. You kind of have to eyeball it. or what I'll do, I'll line it up next to one of the others just to make sure it's the right height. And there's our stand. Super easy. And we'll go ahead up here to the hamburger menu. We'll go to save as. It's going to save as Jedi Order. We would probably put stand here. And then you can save an 3MF format to your documents. We would do that as well so that we can keep the original and make changes later. And then we'll change this to STL and save that. I usually save these to my USB drive. That way I can take these to my Mac and I can do all my slicing there. So you'll save both versions. So you have the original. This is a 3MF file. So you can always, play with the pieces. You'll have individual parts. When you save it as an STL, it's going to just merge these items together, these images together. And you won't be able to separate them. So always save a 3MF version. But yeah, this is a stand that I'm definitely going to print for my own figures. What figure would go good on this stand? What Jedi? Possibly this guy, although he's not a Jedi. But talk about a come up. This was a Roscon figure that I ended up coming up on. I couldn't look at the price. $7.99 for this. This thing was sold as a deluxe figure, and it says $28. I think it went for more, but I did not expect to find this at Ross during Roscon. So maybe I'll do an unboxing next time of this guy. One of the first aliens in my Black Series collection. So yeah, that's how you do this. You're going to save it and take the STL to your slicing software. Slice it there, and before you know it, you'll be printing these stands. Alright guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to show some custom stands that I made and show that if you're into 3D printing and you don't design, it's not a scary thing. It's possible. You can get a free software like 3D Builder, download it free on your Windows computer, and you'll be designing in no time. I mean, it does take a little bit of time to get advanced, but I mean, you can learn with the shapes how to subtract and add. You can get images from Google like I did. Get Star Wars logos or any kind of logo you want. Turn it into a 3D object, and you can add it to something else that you made on 3D Builder. So go ahead and check out 3D Builder if you're new at it. That's how I got started. There's no shame in it. Everyone has to start somewhere. I'm currently looking for new software because I'm a little bit more advanced now, but there was a time where 3D Builder was foreign to me and I had to learn it, and I wasn't a designer, and now I am. I can make my own items. So start small and eventually you'll get there. I just wanted to say if there's anything you want to do, pursue, or create, I would say now's the time. It's time to get creative.